just about anyone else. Welcome to Lambeau Field in the heart of Green Bay. Coming up, we have a good one for you between the Los Angeles Chargers and the Green Bay Packers. Both teams riding 2-0 starts here. We'll get the turkey and move to 3-0 as Week 3 gets underway. And this will be a touchback, so we're going to need our first snap to see the first action of this game. All right, let's get this show on the road. It is 1st and 10.
Ready.
Give now to the running back. He cuts, and he's out the clear. To the house, touchdown LA! The Chargers take a 6-0 lead right away. So one snap, and they're in the end zone, Brock. Tell those stat keepers to be ready. Might be a very busy game for them.
I'm kind of up for that. You kind of like that little pace?
A hundo, partner, 100%.
And to do it on the ground, to boot. What a way to begin the proceedings. The first punch thrown in the 4-quarter boxing match ends up being a haymaker.
The Chargers kicking team out, and they'll send this away. Here's a return from the 7. Good work so far. He's got room. And he manages the 35 before they can stop him.
At their own 35-yard line.
A nice starting spot for the Packers here. This is 1st and 10.
Green Jack. Set hunt. Mike, 6. Fury, yellow. Ready?
Love throwing to start us off. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And the drive begins with a rough first step there. That's going to bring up 2nd down.
We spend so much time talking about an offense and how they script their first 15 plays typically. But how about that defensive coordinator, that head coach? Heck, every player on that sideline, you couldn't script it any better. Well, other than maybe taking the ball away, creating a negative play, creating a sack, creating offense down behind the chains. That's exactly how you're looking to start.
They get 20 yards out of the play and move the chains. I'm not going to call this a must-score drive here in this first quarter, Brock, but when your opponents start the game with 6, it feels like you need some sort of answer.
You need a response, right? You need a response. You don't need all these home runs or big highlights. You just need to keep matriculating that ball down the field.
Black on red. Cycle. Ready.
First down throw. Here's Love. Has him on the quick hitter. And they do get him down, but the damage is done. This gets down inside the 35-yard line. They get 23 on that one. And that's good for a Green Bay first down. New set of downs for them from the 31.
Go now. Smash. Red. 33. Yellow. Set.
Thrown on first down. Love. Caught near the goal line. That's a Green Bay touchdown. The Packers finish off their opening drive. Now it's Jake Bates for the extra point. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Packers start off well to tie things 7-7. Now after tying this game up, they're all set to send her away. Okay, well, that one's over the 20, the landing zone, and almost everything else we got here today. So that football coming out to our 35-yard line. So the Chargers start off with good field position as they get ready for 1st and 10. They'll run here with Amari on Hampton. And they try to power it forward, but only a couple of yards there.
I don't think that's the amount that they were looking for there, Kate. Going to lead to some shuffling around here in the playbook. Find a more aggressive call on second.
After the 3-yard pickup, it's 2nd and 7. To throw, Herbert. That's complete to the rookie out of Missouri. And he's going to be hauled down on a gain across midfield, down inside the 45-yard line. They get 18 yards out of it and a new set of downs.
Good offenses. Kate, good play callers know how to utilize their personnel. They know where they wanted them. They wanted them on a route in space where he could make that initial play comfortably, but then go to work after.
Throwing on first is Herbert. On to the left side, and Johnston has it. And they're on him to send him out right before he gets to that 30-yard line. They'll move the chains after that pickup of 12.
You want to become a quarterback's best friend, do that. Turn a short little gain, a short little pass into some yards after catch, and that quarterback will find you again.
First and 10, here's Hampton. And the power play up the gun only results in 2 yards.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
Back to throw, here's Herbert. Escapes the pocket. Finds a man, right side. And he's got his guys into the red zone before someone can force him out. 12 yards on that play, and a good call nets him the first.
I just don't know how you play defense, Kate, and some of the guys in the league today. How can you balance defending somebody who can run for it or throw it right over your head? These dual threat QBs, they're a nightmare.
Can't slip that initial tackle. Stops made for no gain on that first down play.
Stopped right at the line, but might as well have been a loss of yards as far as the offense is concerned. It's always humbling when you try force versus force, and the defense wins out.
Throw is caught. And they get this down to the 7-yard line. A nice pickup of 11 there, Brock, and they'll have first and goal to figure out.
You just got to love that angle route. It's been around a long time, but think about it defensively, Kate. How many times do you see the backs out of the backfield or just run to the flat? The great running backs know how to plant their foot, sell that flat route, break it off to an angle, break off the first down.
He gets 2 there, and it sets up 2nd and goal from the 5. Herbert back to throw. Forced out to his right. He just throws this one away. Well, he's been perfect to that point on the drive block. First time we've seen this coverage force him into a misstep in a while.
Now, I know you hear me talk all the time, Kate, about the rhythm of an offense, right? And I look at it through those optics so much. But it's the same thing defensively. You've got to get a stop, see the ball hit the ground to knock them out of that rhythm.
Thought he had a touchdown there. So now they're left with 4th and goal. The Chargers selecting to try for the field goal. High percentage look for him here from the left hash. And it is good. No problems there on the shorter attempt. And that's going to break our tie and give them a 3-point advantage.
I never saw a play script that ended with a field goal. It was always a touchdown that you wanted. But that's 3 points, and it's enough to give them the lead.
Starting from the 5. And he's brought down inside the 20 on an uneventful effort. Green Bay offense to the line now. 1st and 10.
Drill green. Let's go. Red, 38. Black, oh, steel, black. Fury, blue striker. 6, hut.
Shotgun now for Love. Cut out left. He's finally caught, and he lost the football. How do it's out? And the fumble recovery is made.
You know, we could go down on that field and ask any player about the first lessons they learned in the game of football, and almost every one of them, Kate's going to say the same thing. Ball security. I bet he could even hear his old high school coach's voice in his ears right now, telling him next time, you got to hang on to it better.
Herbert on 1st down. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete.
That's what I call confidence. Complementary defense right there. That pressure by the group up front, that leads to the incompletion and to the benefit of that secondary.
2nd and 10 now. Herbert. Completed over the middle. It's inside the 10. He goes the distance. Touchdown, LA! The Chargers grow their lead off the turnover.
Kate, every year, it's kind of like the Baskin-Robbins of tight ends. You get all sorts of different flavors. You get inline blockers. You get guys that can run routes. You got guys that can do a little bit of everything. And then you get a game changer. And this guy's a game changer.
That one splits the uprights. And the Chargers make it a 10-point ball game. The Chargers just about ready. And there they go, sending it away. And he got all of that one out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 35-yard line.
On the double.
A nice starting spot for the Packers here. This is 1st and 10.
Here we go. Set.
Love from the gun. Connects on the crosser. And he will stop him as he gets this down to their 39-yard line. That's going to pick up the 1st down after a gain of 26.
You know, Kate, you'll find teams go to this crossing route concept sometimes a dozen times a game. A lot of times it's for shorter yardage, but sometimes things break in the right coverage for a much bigger impact play, just like that.
Love now on 1st and 10. Sideline. And they take him out of bounds, which means his offense setting up for 1st and goal.
Ready up.
Bringing the offense up to the line. 1st and 10.
Set. Needle blue. Yellow. 40 Fury. Yellow. Ready.
From the red zone on 1st. He's got it. And that tackle stops him after a solid gain. Moving quickly, trying to get set again.
A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4 at the 4-yard line.
6. Mega. Claws red. Rail. Yellow. Set.
Throwing again. Love. On the move. Headed right. And he carries it in for the touchdown. The Packers face a 4-point deficit. Jordan Love, the touchdown.
We know you can do it in different ways in today's NFL at quarterback. Some with their brains and their processing, that anticipation and accuracy. Some could do it with their improv skills to create a play when everything breaks down. And he just put on a show.
Point after up and good from Bates. And the Packers cut it to a field goal game. So while they're in the huddle, partner, we've arrived at the end of our 1st quarter. It's a 17-14 ball game. We'll return to historic Lambeau Field after this. Volley set up and it's away. Just a 3-point game now. And he fields this one, but is not going to return it from the end zone. So the ball going to be placed down at the 35-yard line. We're back and all set for the 2nd quarter. Charger football. They've got 1st and 10 here, looking to add to their lead. Here's Hampton to open the drive. Good little whip there. Looks like about 6. In for the tackle, that's Lucas Van Ness. Run picks up 6, so that means it's 2nd and 4. Herbert from the gun. Intercepted. And the Packers are going to have it after his 2nd interception of the season. Well, Brock, they could have gone run to set up 3rd and short, or they could air it out and try for more. They picked the latter, and the coverage was ready for it.
Sure was, Kate, and this is why I play in this position. You've got to have a short memory. You must flush it. I love the decision to be aggressive. I always fall on that side of the coin. But when you throw a pick in that situation, such a manageable 2nd down, well, you got to learn from it, move on, and certainly flush it away.
35-yard line.
Let's go now. Yellow, 22. Right, white. Green jack. Hut.
On 1st and 10, here's Love. And his perfect start is over. And that's the first one of his throws to wind up incomplete.
Even the best of them can be hurried into a throw before they're ready, and that pressure just messed up all the timing, the rhythm, and the clock of the quarterback.
Red, 30, hut.
Back to the air, Love. Throw left side, caught by Neighbors. And they take him down right along the 30.
Well, that's a modest little drag route, but if you ever just need a safe, short gain on the throw, that's a go-to route to target.
So now here's 3rd and 5.
Set. 52 blue. Red, cycle. Hut.
Once more, it's Love. Got a man, and Neighbors has it. And he's out of bounds on a gain that takes him into the red zone, Brock, inside the 15. It's a great pickup, 16 yards, and now they've got 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 14-yard line.
Come on, set. Needle, 6, blue, 32, flight blue. Set.
From the red zone now. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And they're going to be forced to regroup a bit ahead of 2nd down.
A big loss on the play. Brings up 2nd down.
Red, yellow. Here we go, set. 30 to blaster, claws red. Black, ready.
Love out of the shotgun. He's got it near the 8. And he's going to be taken down near the 8-yard line.
Well, the odds aren't great when you throw into double coverage. Normally you see one of the defenders make a play on the ball. 2 men nearby, and that's a missed opportunity for...
Touchdown, Green Bay. The Packers parlay the interception into points. Not a lot of processing time from the moment he pulled it back to the moment he made that throw, Brock. But I think we can all agree he made the right choice not to hand it off, and then the right read on that throw.
Yeah, he sure did, kid. It kind of reminds me of the option quarterbacks of our day growing up, right? Those guys that made that pitch, and it was just second nature. They were on the run, guys all around. Didn't matter. He's going to put that pitch right on them. The great RPO quarterbacks of today do exactly the same thing with their throws.
And that one flies right on past the end zone. Did not make an effort to even hit the landing zone, Brock. So they're going to gift him a drive starting at the 35. To the line on 1st and 10. Chargers beneficiaries of some good field position. Out of the gun. Here's Hampton. And that's an 8-yard chunk to start this one. That brings up 2nd and 2.
Cool thing about a drive starting run like that, Kate, is it really just gives you every opportunity in the playbook, whatever you want to do. But as for me, I like to reward that runner. Give it to him again and see if he can get you a new set of downs.
Shotgun snap to Herbert. And that's going to fall incomplete. So wanted to get it right back to him after that run, but no luck on that throw.
That's just simply one of those situations, Kate, where I think you and I got to tip our cap to the defense. Really took away everybody. There was no outlet, and only an incompletion could be had.
On 3rd and 2, Herbert chased out to his right. And he just gets rid of this one, but unfortunately, that means 4th down coming up.
That right there, Kate, that's taking the hard lessons from the previous drive and putting them into practice right here. You don't see a throw you like, it's too tight a window, don't risk yet another interception.
Timeout called by the Chargers. They're first. And they'll have 2 left to work with here in the first half. So on 4th down, here's J.K. Scott on to punt it away for the Chargers. And he's going to try to give his defense a long field to defend. And this doesn't just reach the end zone. He kicked that one all the way through it for a touchback.
At their own 20-yard line.
Packers getting set here. First and 10.
Set, hut, you, yellow, yellow, 22.
Love looking to pass. That won't be caught outright. It's incomplete. Malik Neighbors, the one he was throwing for. So it'll be second down.
There's the importance of staying in phase as a defender. He was all over him in coverage, and that really did help force the incompletion.
I'll try again from the 20 after the incompletion. A second down throw here for Love. Escapes the pocket, and they get to him way behind the line on this one and take him down. And it'll be third down coming up after this defense's third sack of the game.
That wasn't the first time, Kate, you've called this guy's name, but definitely one of the hardest sacks he's going to have. A lot of range required to get that one done, but an impressive negative tackle for loss.
Well, Brock, a lot of scoring so far as we have reached our 2-minute warning. It's the Packers leading from Lambeau. Not a good spot to punt from. They really want to convert here on third.
Ready. 45. White. Chop. 17. Yellow. Zoom. Drill. Green. Rail. Yellow. Set.
Here he goes. Third and long. Up the perimeter. He's at the 25. And he's going to be sent out of bounds and a great pickup, but somehow did not pick up the first. It's going to be fourth down coming up. The Packers send out their punting unit.
The Chargers take over first and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
LA bringing the offense to the line. Here's first and 10. Working from the gun here, it's Herbert. Buying some time right. He finds Johnston. And they're going to bring him down just a moment before he's able to break it across midfield. He'll move the sticks after ripping off a gain of 28.
We feel sometimes, Kate, up here in the booth when we get to see things develop, we're playing the same guessing game that defenses are on those kind of plays. Is he planning on keeping it or just waiting for a throw to develop and get open? That time the QB did a terrific job of finding that outlet.
Hits him on the out route. And they're going to be set up just outside that red zone. That one goes for 31 yards and a first down when all is said and done.
Speed kills, baby. You better make that tackle right away on these receivers or you're going to get some serious yak. Those yards after catch just like that. Taking a short gain and turning it into an explosive play.
Here's Herbert, first and 10. He's got a man left. And they're going to get this down to the 4 before being stopped. The Packers take their first time out. And they are quite frustrated having to call that after giving up the first. This offense in position now. It's first and goal.
Set. Ready.
Hampton. Will take it in. Touchdown, Los Angeles. The Chargers get some late points and the lead. So Brock, good work there to finish off the drive in the end zone and retake the lead.
You just get this feeling every once in a while in games, this sucker's going to be a back-and-forth football game. So what a great job offensively to jump out in front here in the first half of play.
21.
Chargers kicking team out, and they'll send this away. Fields this one at the 3. They'll bottle him up just as he gets it to the 30. offense to the line now. 1st and 10.
Blue strike. Let's go. Fly blue. 52 blue. Ready?
From the pistol, here's Love. And the first play of the series is going to be an incomplete pass intended for his running back there. And that brings up 2nd down.
I know that you and I love, Kate, looking at plays, discussing them, and all the different outlets and checkdowns, and usually there's a completion to be had, but not against this defense. Not on that one.
So at the 30 after the incompletion. Here's 2nd and 10.
Here we go. Set. Set.
Here's the lone back on the handoff. He's right up next to that 1st down. Doesn't quite get there. Gain of 9. That brings up 3rd and short.
It's a 40-yard line. A gain of 9 brings up 3rd and 1.
Looking to throw on 3rd and 1. And someone stepped in. It's intercepted. And the Chargers are going to have it. And he's going to hang on to that football. That's his first career interception.
1st and 10 at the 36-yard line.
They've got 1st down here from the 36. Throwing from the gun. Dive in and he gets his hands underneath for the catch. LA uses a timeout here. It's 2nd. And they still have 1 in their pocket for what's left of this half.
I don't care how good a secondary you are, how loaded you are with talent, when you've got time to allow a receiver to work from one side of the field all the way to the other versus zone coverage, or you're going to make the defense pay.
Ball and defender arrived at the exact same time there. And it's going to be 2nd down.
Okay, this defense finally said enough, ripped up that script. They have seen him be way too productive. Time to start fighting him for every single throw.
It's Hampton on 2nd. And a decent run gets about 4. It's going to be 3rd down. Now timeout taken by Green Bay. That's it 2nd. And they still have 1 in their pocket for what's left of this half.
Delta.
Herbert now to throw on 3rd. Into a ton of traffic, and this one's intercepted. Nick Cross has it. And the Packers make the defensive stand and come through with a turnover in the final moments of the half. They've got 1st down here, but just 18 seconds to work with.
Black shot. Yellow. 22. White. White. Hut.
Not deterred by that pick. He's throwing again. He's throwing deep to the left side. Now this is intercepted. That is back-to-back passes. And the Chargers will have a shot at least a field goal here. Maybe the end zone after that return.
They'll take over 1st and 10 at the 18-yard line.
Only time left for 1 more snap, Brock, so they're going to run out their field goal unit. This is a 35-yard look from the right hash. And it is good. No problems there on the shorter attempt. And that'll double their lead to 6.
Points off takeaways. Usually a bigger stat, Kate, on the hardwood, that other sport that you call, but it's a big one in football, too, and those 3 should pay dividends.
Fielded at the 7. Good work so far. He's got room. He's hauled down on what is the final play of our first half. Well, if you love high-scoring games, no doubt you have been glued to your television so far. And no signs of slowing down as we begin our second half. And in the end, he's able to get it to about the 25-yard line before he's hauled down.
At their own 25-yard line.
Offense into the shotgun set as they line this up. 1st and 10.
Set blaster. 6. Set.
Back to work after throwing the pick. Got a man downfield. This is Neighbors. And they're going to get to him right along that midfield stripe, Brock, as he's set out. Only one play in, Brock, and this drive already at midfield.
Here we go. Blue stripe. 33.
Love with it on first down. Throw left side, complete. And he reaches midfield and starts driving into Chargers territory.
5-6. Slide through.
2nd and 6 at the 45-yard line.
Rail. Drill green. Smash. Red. Hut.
Love from the gun. He throws a bullet down the left sideline. Ooh, would have been a big gainer if they connected, but they could not. Instead, third down coming up.
Okay, this quarterback gets out of the pocket, genuinely a coin toss whether he's going to keep it with his legs or put it in the air. Sigh of relief there defensively as that ball falls incomplete.
Set. Claws red. Black 40. Ready.
Throwing his Love on third. Has him on the quick hitter. And they're on him to send him out right before he gets to that 30-yard line. Give him 13 on that play. And it'll give the Packers the first.
1st and 10 at the 32-yard line.
Ready. Green jack. Red. Black shot. Ready.
Stick it in the air. Love. And they're going to touch him down as they wind up with a nice gain on that play, and they got a new set of downs, too.
They like to say it's about the Jimmies and the Joes. I think that's about the X's and the O's. That's a well-drawn-up completion that nets them a first down.
52 blue. Ready.
Thrown on first down. Love. Escapes out to the left. And he just hucks this one away. Wasn't going to risk a throw or force something. It brings up 2nd down.
Those are the kind of decisions you got to make in that spot. And the smart quarterbacks, they seem to do it consistently. When you're in enemy territory, a throwaway is always better than risking a turnover.
Into traffic, complete. And he's short of the first after a mile gain. And for somebody who's been picked off like he has, Brock, you gotta admire his determination to keep attacking these coverages.
Yeah, that is risk. Right into double coverage yet again. But this guy's got what I call a high belief factor in himself.
Love on third and short. Buys time, rolling right. They call this a 4-yard pickup. So now the question becomes, Brock, will they go for this or will they punt?
That is such a good play defensively. A play you could take a whole bunch of pride in not only stopping the passing game, but the effort to get to the quarterback before he could scramble for the first.
They're going for this. Thinking touchdown, obviously, but they could also get a first down.
52. Smash. Red. Blue. 32. Rail. Yellow. Hut.
Looking to throw. And into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Green Bay. The Packers can add to their side of the scoreboard. A second touchdown through the air for him, Brock, and independent of the game situation, we both know he's going to be happy to leave the field with 2 of them in one game.
One touchdown, you just might be right time, right place, but 2 touchdowns in a game is always about the preparation. The separations and the preparation. It's doing that work on the practice field and knowing before the game that when my number's called, I'm going to be there to deliver.
And he wasn't chancing a return there, putting it out on the back of the end zone for a touchback. So the Chargers start off with good field position as they get ready for 1st and 10. This is Hampton, right side. Dropped by the first guy he met. No gain on that first down run.
Job one of so many D tackles in this league is eat up space. Don't get moved off your spot. But the difference makers, they just not only eat the space, they eat those runners too.
Herbert from the gun. Fits it through the middle. He takes it down to the 33. They'll get 31 yards on the play. And that's going to give the Chargers the first down.
Just about every offense since the beginning of time, since the forward pass, Kate, has loved a tight end that could stretch the middle of the field. Now, I remember as a kid watching Kellen Winslow Sr. dice up right here between the hashes. And what a difference it can make for an offense.
And they're going to be humbled here on first down. Going to wind up losing yards on this play. And it's not just you quarterbacks, Brock Huard, who got to have short memories. You tell me this too, defenses need them sometime as well.
Yeah, 100%. You give up a big run, well, too bad. No time to dwell on it because you got to line up, buckle up that chin strap, and try to knock them backwards.
And this one's not going to connect. Knocked away, and that failure to connect, Brock, means it's third down.
This defense, they had a plan, and they've done an excellent job executing it. Instead of a main character, they've reduced this receiver to a footnote. Kudos to the job collectively on defense.
Cut near the goal line. And that is a Los Angeles touchdown. The Chargers grab the lead on their first series of the half.
Quarterback, receiver, yeah, they'll get the credit. Those numbers and those stats, they're theirs. But that play happens, Kate, because the big guys up front give them enough time to make it happen. From one side of the field to the other, bingo.
He lays out and gets it. Wow, that gets him the 2 points. Oh, it's a favorite of NFL teams and armchair quarterbacks alike, partner. The quick slant. It is so tough to defend that close to the goal line, and this time it works for 2.
It sure is. It's one of those plays that I think Bart Starr was running in the 60s, that slant route. When you incorporate it with the threat of a fade as well, that's when it becomes so effective. But you get inside that DB, you show the quarterback your numbers, and it's almost automatic for a 2-point conversion.
All right, working from the gun to start. First and 10.
Eagle blue. Here we go, set, ready.
Love out of the shotgun. He's going to loft this deep down the left sideline. And they can't connect on the deep look. Still a couple of snaps to play with, though, here. We've got second down.
Hey, I get it. If any of their pass catchers have what it takes to beat double coverage, it's him. The kids would say, he's him. That defense knew it. It's why they doubled him and knocked it away.
Back to the air. Love. It is caught left side. And he's got a decent gain before being brought down. Moving quickly, trying to get set.
Brings up 3rd and 5.
From the gun on 3rd down, it's Love. Complete beyond the marker. And he will have this across that 40-yard line before they manage to stop it.
1st and 10 at the 43-yard line.
38. Hey, green, 6, mega, fury, yellow. Hut.
On 1st and 10, here's Love. Short pass brought in. And he'll cross the 50 and start pushing onto the opposing side of the field.
That's what you call efficiency. Exactly what you're looking for in first down. Textbook. It sets up second and very manageable, and then creates that space if you want to take a shot downfield.
After a good pickup, they're set up with 2nd and short.
Red. Down. Yellow. White. Drill green. Set.
Throwing again. Love. Finds a seam down the middle. And who nearly gets them into the red zone as he's down at the 22. They get 27 on the play. And that's good for a Green Bay first down.
1st and 10 at the 22-yard
Here we go.
line.
Set.
Loves to throw again. Headed out right. Rolling and take wide open down the field. And he has it. And he's got it in the end zone. Touchdown Green Bay. The Packers cut it to 1 late in the 3rd. Beats Texas on the extra point. And the Packers tie this game 35 apiece. So we've got a tie ball game now as they send this away. And he just sends this out and over the end zone, so no threat of a return. They're going to spot the ball up at the 35 to begin this drive. To the line on 1st and 10. Chargers beneficiaries of some good field position.
Set. Go. Set.
Hampton trying the left side. And he powers powers ahead for about 5. It's going to be 2nd and 5. A nice 6-yard pickup. They're going to have 2nd and 4.
A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4.
We're still tied through 3 here. Neither defense has given an inch in this one. It's been a thrilling game, an absolute barn burner that is shockingly still tied as we get set for the 4th. First down run gets him 6, so now it is 2nd and 4. Working from the gun here, it's Herbert. Forced out to his right. Moving right, airs it out down the sideline. That's grabbed inside the 30. He's taken down, but he's got it to the 29. That one hits for 30. And that's going to be good for an LA first down. Offense up to the line fast. Signals, and looks like we've got a timeout before that first down play. They still have 2 to work with in this final quarter. To the line and set. Here we go, first down.
Set. Ready.
Shotgun give to Hampton. And he's brought down after a great gain. That's going to set up 1st and goal.
Danger, kid. Danger, I say. You get this guy in the open field, and he is dangerous to take it to the house.
A gain of 19 yards. First down, Chargers.
All right, they look set now. Here we go, 1st and 10.
Set. 380. Run. Set.
Working inside the red zone. Brought in. And they're going to touch him down after a short pickup.
Kid, I don't know why every once in a while I'll get these little flashbacks, but a little play like that just flashes me back to the preseason, my first preseason. And one of the veteran QBs said, hey, Brock, whatever you do, just find completions. You will never go broke taking a profit. Go get a completion. They're at a premium in this league.
2nd down now. They need 7.
Set. 380. Run. Run.
Running it with Hampton. And the defense wins this rep. That's stopped at the line, and now they've got 3rd and goal.
The 6-yard line. It's a gain of a yard. And it's 3rd down.
They come to the line here, and this is 3rd and 6. Looking to throw. On the move, headed right. And he's got it in the end zone. Touchdown, Los Angeles. The Chargers take a 4th quarter lead. Well, we all know that he's somebody they like to have working down near the end zone, Brock, and there is so many ways they know how to use him down there.
Yeah, things are constantly different down there when you're trying to defend him, which is what makes defending him so tough, borderline impossible at times. He can make the smallest little tweaks to his route, just like a receiver would, and it's a totally different animal, a nightmare for these defenses.
The Chargers just about ready, and there they go, sending it away. Here's a return from the 7. He's stopped on the run back at the 27.
The Packers take over 1st and 10 at their own 27-yard line.
On the double.
Packers getting set here. 1st and 10.
Red. Set. Black 40. White. Ready.
Shotgun now for Love. He rolls to his right. Catch is made down the right sideline. And this is across midfield. They're going to stop him at that 45-yard line. He'll move the sticks after ripping off a gain of 28. One play in, Brock, and this drive is already in enemy territory.
1st and 10.
Love with it on 1st down. Ooh, he got hit as he was throwing, and unsurprisingly, it falls incomplete. 2nd down coming up.
This is why we hear about closing speed so often when you evaluate players. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released and alter that throw.
Drill, grit, steel, blue striker. Hut.
A 2nd down throw here for Love. Tight end reels in the shallow throw. And he'll go out of bounds close to the 35-yard line.
Sometimes when you're just looking to move it forward, get some small yards on a throw, quarterback's best friend, security blanket. And when it's a big old tight end, that's an extra bonus.
Ready, blaster, 6.
He'll throw it. Got his man. It's Golden. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains. And goes to the hurry up here.
17. Edo blue.
First down.
Red, yellow.
First and 10 at the 31-yard line.
You.
Stick it in the air. Love. Makes the grab in bounds left side. He's out of bounds on a gain that takes him into the red zone, Brock, inside the 15. Offense is set. First and 10.
Let's go. Ready, go. Red, 30, smash, red. Yellow, zoom. Black shot. Hut, hut.
Once more, it's Love. Chased out to his right. This one's caught. And they bring him down at the 7-yard line.
On the ball.
The dose of the hurry-up offense here.
30, watch out now, 50 Fury. Red, cycle. 6, green jack. Set.
Love from the gun. And he will have them a Green Bay touchdown. The Packers now trail by just a point in the fourth. Malik Neighbors with a touchdown. So they punch it in for 6, Brock, and now a conversion away from tying this game back up.
This one just has the feel, doesn't it? The makings of a one-score.
And he's into the end zone, so that turns out to be a very smart risk. They've got the lead in this fourth quarter.
43, Chargers 42.
Bates has it all set up. Here comes the kickoff. Okay, well, that one's over the 20, the landing zone, and almost everything else we got here today. So that football coming out to our 35-yard line. So the Chargers start off with good field position as they get ready for first and 10. Herbert from the gun. Completed to his running back. There he goes on the right side. And he is in. Touchdown, Los Angeles. The Chargers take a fourth-quarter lead.
I think he'll take his highlights however he can get them on a handoff, pin off a pass. It really doesn't matter. The important thing is he gets the ball, he gets the touch, and then he can do his damage. Big time.
So as we expected, they're lining up to go for 2 here and a 7-point advantage.
The Chargers will line up for the...
Herbert's going to look to throw for this. Escapes the pocket. And he reaches the end zone, so they'll be up to a 7-point lead. Worked so well the first time. Hey, why not go right back to it? See if you can be successful again. They do, and they are.
And I like the way you say that right there, Kate, because you almost feel the confidence, right? Like if you get it the first time, you're almost playing with house money. Even if you fail, it's still 14 points. It's not really a failure. And if you get it, well, you gain even more confidence and make that opponent think that much more.
He's brought down to end that run back, and we have reached our 2-minute warning. So we're down to the 2-minute warning here from Green Bay. Packers down by 7.
Down. Field black. 60 red. 60 red. Set.
Thrown on first down. Love. Has him on the quick hitter. And they'll stop him here, but not before he gets out to the 47-yard line. It's a gain of 19 on the play. And it'll give the Packers the first. Great start to this drive. They're up in the neighborhood of midfield after just one play.
Yes, ready.
He'll look to throw it. Buys time, rolling right. And he just gets rid of it. Knew he had a couple of plays left. Didn't want to take a risk there on first down.
Kate, I got to believe he harkened back to that earlier pick and thought the better of making another. Getting outside the pocket, he was either going to try to run for it, had nowhere to go, so he simply threw it away.
Black shot, light blue. Blue strike. Hut.
Here he is to throw. Running right side. And they're going to bring him down, but not until he gets it down to their 32-yard line.
Ready.
And keep this drive moving, partner. Here's another first and 10.
First and 10
Ken
at
Black,
the 32-yard
smash,
line.
Set.
Setting up to pass. intercepted. And the Chargers make the play that should win them this game.
They'll take over first and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
Chargers getting set. First and 10. Hampton gets the handoff. Can't slip that initial tackle. Stops made for no gain on that first down play. The Packers take their first time out, as they'll meet and decide what to do on this second down.
Brings up second and 10 at the 19-yard line.
Let's go.
They're going to pass it here. Gets it downfield, on target to Watson. One of the game's biggest plays right there as they get the markers reset.
You know, Kate, we often talk about flipping the field in special teams, right? A kick return, a good punt. Well, an explosive play like that does the exact same thing. Look at the difference in field position. By hitting on that shot, you've totally flipped the field and the tone of this drive.
Set.
Victory formation here. Looks like they're going to take a knee on first down.
Set.
Here's a design run. So the Chargers take this one on the road. And they're continuing